I've ran these Crash games for a long time. This is the first time I'm ever doing a run at an in-person event, so very excited. I haven't played this one very much lately, but Crash 2 has been here so many times, so it's time to show Crash 3. So I'll just hit new game here, and time will be very soon. I'll just let this cutscene play a bit. Alright, so as soon as I move, time is go. So first thing first is that I have the sound effects on and I'm not turning them off. If I turned off the sound effects by setting them to 0, that cutscene wouldn't play. None of the cutscenes would play. And that saves almost a minute in the run, but for marathon purposes, we're going to keep the sound effects on.
It's not just the music in this game is really good. Listening to just the music.
Yeah. Taz wins, which means I'm going super fast.
Crash 3, the big difference between this and the earlier games is that it has a whole bunch of different vehicles.
Yeah, some sort of submarine. I think people just call it the sub.
In all the levels. There's not going to be any like detouring for boxes and stuff in this run. This is pretty straightforward. You just do all the levels.
Yeah, so this is any % no item glitch. The item glitch is very stupid. Basically, you bounce on a box for 3 minutes, and because of the way they coded the game, there's like something where if you chain kill enemies, you can get like nothing, then a Wampa fruit, then some more Wampa fruit, then an extra life. But for some reason, this keeps going well beyond the point of sanity. And once you hit 200, you can start getting crystals when you kill enemies. So that's abusable in this game and the previous game, Crash 2. But it makes for an awful speedrun. Particularly in this game. It is horrible in this game. Also, I believe it is 1 frame I save every time I do a jump on the tiger here. So, yeah. Here, I feel like I timed that bad. Yeah, okay, so yeah. So basically, by jumping higher off the ceiling there than the floor, I land further into the level, and it skips me straight into the portal instead of having to watch Coco get off her tiger's name for some reason, and give him a nice hug. But, you know, we're speedrunners, we're cold-hearted, we don't care about being
platform. This is like Crash movement. The main tech in this game, the main like tech is what's called a neutral slide jump. Slide jumping in general is just pretty fast, but if you let go of the direction that you're holding before you jump, then more of the momentum from the slide carries into the jump, so the jump's faster than normal.
Just completely mistimed that.
So you kind of combine the neutral slide jumps and slide spins, which are just represent like slide spin along the ground. That's also pretty fast. And zigzagging. You might notice that Rav is kind of wiggling a little bit with his slides. He's kind of curling them, and when he's doing a jump that's not a neutral slide jump, he's also like zigzagging in the air. And that just increases your speed. You move slightly faster diagonally than you do going straight forward.
Yeah.
And so by like mashing up, left, up, right, instead of just holding straight up, you go slightly faster.
So yeah, and you might have noticed there that there was like some lag, and that's actually good for NSJs, neutral slide jumps, because that actually boosts the speed and the distance you get with it. Also, at the very start of that level, it tries to lock you in control, but you can slide immediately. It saves like a second. Very minor.
So you can get an idea of how much more quickly than he's supposed to Rav is moving, because he gets pretty far ahead of the dinosaur here. Like, it's really, really obvious in the boulder levels in Crash 2, but, like, it's also clear in this. Like, you're not supposed to, like, outrun the dinosaur by that much.
So in this game, unlike Crash 2, you actually want to get invincibilities because there's no debuff to your speed, so you can see just how fast I'm going. And in some later levels, this will combine with the lag to do some truly massive NSJs, just clearing entire like segments of the level.
Yeah, probably the biggest factor in the routing of this game, like what order you do the levels in, is routing masks pretty much, like trying to maximize the number of third mask forms you get. Because sometimes like vehicle levels will get rid of your masks, or you can't get third mask form in vehicle levels anyway, so you want to make sure you have masks when you need them in the platforming levels. And it also means that taking unintentional hits can be quite a big time loss, like more than just the time from taking the hit, because you miss out on a third mask form somewhere.
Yeah, there's a very well thought out mask route for this run at like high level. I am not high level anymore. I haven't been since like 2015. You know, watch Burgerlands 2. It's very good at this game. So this is a jet ski level. This is one of the benefits of when you run with sound effects off. You don't have to hear this. I'm sorry that you do. As for the tech, I'm holding X. I'm pressing the D-pad. If I hold down, I take a sharper turn. If you got any donations, you could do this now. It's,
Yep, we have $20 from Roboto Pepline that said that no comment, but thank you for your $20 donation.
Thank you. So yeah, this is riveting gameplay here.
He's taking the optimal racing lines.
Yeah. Stuff. So some fun facts here. When you play on a PS1, because there's so much lag on it, a time trial strat is to basically on a new file or one that hasn't completed the level you're time trialing, you get like the gem and the crystal, or you get a gem that like you haven't gotten yet, having already beaten the level, and then you tape down triangle, which brings up the HUD, and having that little model spinning around there actually adds extra lag, which is good because it slows the timer down from time trials. So.
Oh, that's hysterical, I didn't know that.
Very good stuff.
Yeah, this game has actually had it has somewhat of a time trial community, because the relic challenges, which you won't see in this run, but in like a 105% run you would see that. They involve essentially speedrunning the levels. The strats are not the same as an RTA speedrun, because you have the time crates that like pause the timer. But yeah, like over the years, a lot of people have taken the time trials kind of seriously.
So here, Tiny's music is not going to play because I skipped the cutscene on the first frame. 2, 3.
Yeah, so if you do get, if you have sound effects turned off, which you would in a PB attempt, this level is pretty much just completely silent.
There's no silence.
Yeah,
it's the greatest donation read of all time, but sound effects are on. 4, 5, and then Tiny is just counting. On the last jump before you can hit him, he like isn't dangerous anymore. He doesn't have a hurt box. So
yeah, just spot in the corner, the tigers don't damage you.
The Insane Trilogy Remaster, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In the NST Remaster, they actually make the crowd throw cheese at you if you do that in the corner, but it still works.
So every time you beat a boss in this game, you get a power-up. The one that Rab just got, that's the body
Super
flop.
Super Belly Flop, which is absolutely useless.
Yeah, it's the one that isn't particularly useful. I guess in 105 it's kind of useful in some places for breaking boxes, but
yes.
Yeah, definitely not in this run.
Generally, you just don't want to body slam.
Yeah. And that's a good point actually, because the body slam button is the same as the slide button, and so if you are, is it the same as the slide button, or am I tripping?
Yeah, it's R1 and circle both.
I decided to mind like that, but it's very easy to like accidentally body slam when you didn't mean to.
Yeah, so that's one of the problems with zigzagging. Oh, I didn't hit the checkpoint, nice. You can easily go off the sides of these levels where they don't have any like invisible walls protecting you. So it's like a bit of a problem, but well, it's all good. So here I'm spinning when I land on the carpets so they don't bounce. And you also might have noticed at the start there that the carpets also don't have like collision when you go from underneath them. So
Yeah,
all little shortcuts to save RAM because these games are notorious for basically just pushing the PS1 to its limit. So they really needed to free up as much space as possible.
Yeah, this is a level where getting third mask form is very useful as well because of those grades that he was kind of hanging on. You go a lot faster on those if you're in invincibility.
So unfortunate that I lost my mask there, but it's okay. There's a decent enough backup in level 6 because there's an optional mask that normally you don't go for, but because I lost the mask, I'll go for it.
Yeah, this level has tons of masks.
Yeah, it's got 3 is a lot.
That's also a weird version difference as well on the PAL version of this game. They removed a bunch of masks, so you get less third mask forms. PAL isn't that much slower on this game. Like, it is slower. Neutral slide jumps don't work as well. And yeah, there's less masks. But overall, if you wanted to run this game on PAL, you certainly could.
Yeah, it's not horrible. It is bad for 105 because you'll have to do extra level, or 1 extra level. Other than that, well, it's not even an extra level, it's just you have to do a level 5.
Do the same level 5, yeah.
Because in this version there's an oversight with how level data is loaded that allows you to do 1 level all at once, but they patched it on PAL and J.
Yeah, and then the Japanese version is like almost the same, but has slower loading times, right? It's
yeah,
and has
like very slightly.
Fixes the time trial thing as well. Yeah.
Keep these nitros. No big jumps. Sometimes those nitros at the end they just jump to the sky. It's quite spectacular. So this level is pretty notorious. Also, that's a glitch. Sometimes, like it'll just if you press triangle when you open a level, it just
yeah, apparently it's already got the crystal
got everything
in this level. So this oil on the ground speeds you up a lot if you just slide spin on it.
Yeah, like and you can sort of maintain it going off when you spin at a certain time when you're at the end of the oil. Is not exactly off.
Yeah, lots of little skips as well, skipping like making the platforms move and that, just because you can jump further than you're supposed to. There's actually another thing that we haven't mentioned. People still call it glitch high jump, right? Where you spin as you're doing a slide jump and you just go higher. Like it's very strange, but.
Yeah, getting invincibility in this level is good because it keeps the doors open. Normally the doors are on like a 4-second cycle, so you have to wait for them at certain points. But invincibility, they just stay open the entire time.
Yeah, so just jumping across those platforms, you are not supposed to be able to do that.
Yeah, that crate there is supposed to trigger them and they move around, but NSJs let you just clear a lot more space than intended. So if you like the Tiger, then I've got good news and bad news. You're going to see him again, but this is also the last time you're going to see him. So pour one out for the homie. Oh, and also one thing with the NSJs is that most of the time I'm only tapping jump, so I get a lower jump, just slightly faster. But for spacing reasons, sometimes you want to like hold the jump.
Yeah, because like while the jump, like doing a neutral slide jump does keep more of the slide momentum, the slide is still slightly faster than the jump, and so the quicker you get back on the ground, the quicker you can slide again, and slightly faster.
So there is another cuddle skip coming up in this level. This one is much harder than the one in Orient Express. I could actually die trying to do this. So I jump off the top of that enemy and sort of die this wall, and I got it. Okay. So unfortunately, you have to burn a mask there. So it does. There used to be a different route for Warp 3, but that saves enough time to where rerouting Warp 3 actually is still faster. Now, so if you liked the jet ski and its beautiful sound effects, here's some more. You don't need to mash here. I've just always done this ever since I was a kid. So yeah, this is the motorbike. It's basically just trying to cut as close to the edge here as possible to save some time.
Yeah.
And then also maintaining this wheelie. So you go over boost pad, keep holding X, and you just have this wheelie.
Yeah, trying to keep the wheelie is actually pretty tough as well, because like you do not turn quickly.
Yeah, it has a really bad turning. Okay, yeah. See, like there, I was pressing left trying to turn, but it's very stiff. Like trying to describe the motorbike control, especially with a wheelie, when you haven't actually played it, it's like really difficult.
This is like a big delay before, like you press the left or
So
right.
it's actually
you
faster
don't
to go
actually go left or right immediately.
Yeah. And then in the remaster, I got to this level, did a wheelie, and turned it off, and I haven't played it since. There was Sorry if I'm crapping on NST, but I don't like the game. Sorry. Well, Crash 1's fine. I don't like what they did with Crash 2, and I definitely don't like what they did with this game. So here's Dingo Dial, and so you know that glitch high jump that I was talking about, or that Dak talked about? Well, there's been a bit of an oversight here. Yeah, this boss is not very challenging when you know how to do glitch high jump. But it's okay. On PAL, you don't even need to do a glitch high jump. You can slide jump over these.
Yeah, so you're not supposed to be able to get over those crystals. He's supposed to do, I don't even know.
Yeah, he has his flamethrower and he shoots it and he destroys the crystals. And
yeah. But as our reward for beating Dingo Dial, we will get the double jump.
Me, mate. No worries, but you'll soon be
no
up
dingo
against
dancing.
Yeah, no dance.
much
Yeah.
worse.
Was that ever figured
No, it's... My theory is that like it was just like a really old version of EPSXE, so it's probably just some very bad emulation.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's very, very unlikely, but it has happened a few times that you can actually skip that dance. So I'm going to go to level 12 first. This is another swimming level, the last one in the run, and I'm going to go here because of taking the hit to do that skip in level 10. Because this one will give you an extra mask. And the difference basically with the old routing is that you used to tank hits in this level, or tank a hit. Oh, that's shocking.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Not too bad.
This level's notorious for crashing in 105 runs.
Oh yeah. That was so great because nobody ever saw that crash before, and then me and Inferno got it within 5 minutes of each other.
Nice. Yeah, I got it in
here's
in 105, so that's 105 as well. Yeah, so obviously it would be faster in this level to just like damage boost through those water jets, but presumably it saves more time to keep the masks for invincibility later.
We used to think that it was, I'm so bad at reading that cycle, I never got good at it, but we used to actually tank the hits anyways, even when we didn't have that couple skip in level 10. Because we used to think that it just saved more time than getting invincibility in level 11. But no, it is actually slightly faster to get invincibility in level 11. So now that I left this level with 2 masks, I can go to one of the more infamous levels in this run. Level 13, High Time. This one's got some pretty tight cycles, and I'm probably not going to make this level look as best as it could be, but I'll give it the old college try.
Time for a couple donations.
Yep.
We have two $5 donations, two separate $5 donations from people out in the crowd doing the in-person money jar. Thank you so much for those two. And we have $20 from Kylara that says Speedrun Cheese. Thank you all so much.
Yeah, so you saw he jumped up on the scenery and got on top of the hangrail earlier. That's just a thing you can do. Like, there's a lot of like scenery and stuff in this game that doesn't really look like you should be able to stand on it, but you actually can. It's all solid.
Yeah.
So if you can do a high jump or some unintended technique to get up there, you can... Oi, nice.
It was a bit scuffed, but
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah, anything to avoid the hangrails.
Yeah, the hangrails
so
are
slow.
so terrible. Right, so it's time for the first thing that I have safety saves for.
Yeah, this level is not super stable.
Yeah, so I mean, let's see. It is a crash marathon run, so okay. The game.
Okay. Yeah, let's go.
Sometimes when you spawn into this level, the game will just crash. Sometimes it also just completely breaks the textures. They get all glitched, which sometimes means that you crash when you leave the level, or sometimes you're allowed to continue. It's not.
Yeah, there was that one time where Dust crashed and then it like uncrashed
Yeah.
seconds later as well. It was
Very, very good level. So yeah, this is the level I was talking about when I was mentioning lag NSJs, because this rain makes it lag so much. And then with the invincibility, you could see I was just going super far. In the time trial, you get a mask right before this lake, and it's hilarious. With the lag, it's like you just clear the entire lake in pretty much one NSJ. It's just ridiculous. Like, compare it to the distance I'm getting now. So this is like a general, like, sort of favorite level of runners, because it's just really fun to do it in. You're just going so fast from the lag.
Yeah, one complaint that people have about this game is that there's the platforming is really good. There's just not enough of it. Like, a lot of the levels are just vehicles and stuff.
I think, depending on whether you want to count Egapus Rex, which we've got a buddy coming up here, a non-copyrighted buddy here. And there's a level where you basically are meant to play the entire thing as him. You don't have to. You can just avoid it and beat the level fine, but the idea is you're supposed to. Okay, if you count that as a vehicle level, then this game has, like, I believe, 16 out of 30 of its levels are vehicle levels, so like just not crash platforming. Because there's 4 jet skis, 4 motorbikes, 2 swing runs. So this is not Yoshi. Please don't call him Yoshi. This is Baby T, I think. Something like that.
Yeah.
Also, I'm zigzagging like crazy here. This makes him a little bit faster. Just jumping and zigzagging.
Yeah, there's one thing you get very good at running crash games, it's wiggling your hand back and forth.
Yeah, it's rather necessary to go high level. So if you don't mind possibly getting RSI or carpal tunnel, then I've got the game for you. I mean, I love it. It's possible sometimes to walk off the slope and bounce off those crates, and because, as Dact mentioned, the slide and the body slam buttons are the same, if you bounce off the crate and then try to do an NSJ input, yeah, you body slam and get crushed by the dyno. It's very cool. I still can't believe that in Crash 4 they didn't change how that works and make them different buttons. But, so now just going to finish up here with the road crash. Another beautiful motorbike level. This one's, for some reason, even though it's the second of 4 motorbike levels, this is the hardest one. Like, this is one where you can actually pretty easily lose. You know, it's unlikely, I just jinxed myself, but it's unlikely I'll lose it, but like, it gets a lot closer. And the gold relic time as well can sometimes be a problem in 105.
Yeah, so in like a full completion run or 105% run of this game, you need to get gold relics on all the levels. You don't need platinums, thank God, but you do need golds, which sometimes is very easy if you know the speed strats, and sometimes it's legitimately challenging even if you know how to do it.
There I want to get as close as possible to him without actually bumping into him, because it's very slow. You want to let go of X before you go off a ramp. It saves a tiny amount of time.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's very, very small strat found by time travelers. You know, every frame counts. That's what we're all about. So I'm going to try and get a strat here. Oh, almost. So yeah, you can get that boost pad and then go in between the ramp and the barricades there. It's a little bit finicky, but you can carry it pretty much the whole way until that turn there, so pretty good. Let go a little earlier. Yeah, you can see like coming out of a wheelie just how wide crappy the turning is. Yeah, that's a road crash gun. Also, on the NTSC version, yeah, Aku's nose is great. Just missed that one, I guess. So this is the third boss, Entropy. His music isn't going to play until the second phase, which is weird. I don't know why it's different to Tiny, but there you go. And there's actual strats to save a little time here, but I just didn't practice them at all. So,
yeah, you can like stand on some of the scenery and avoid his attacks and be slightly closer to him when he becomes vulnerable.
yeah, and then you do like some sort of... You get hit by him at a certain point and it saves a little time. Very satisfying sound effects on these. Yeah, as you can tell, Crash game boss fights are not there in the pantheon of game boss fights.
Yeah.
I think the Souls games and stuff like that may have these ones beat in terms of engaging boss fights. Also, fun fact, the invisible wall at the top here, you can actually stand on it and then fall behind it and die. And I've done that, so
No.
don't do that.
So the power-up we got from Entropy is the Death Tornado Spin, which is a great name for actually a really good power-up. Like, it's very, like, impactful on your movement from here on out. Basically, if you mash spin in the air, you, like, float.
Yeah.
And lets you
And
cross
there's
big gaps.
different amounts that you can do it, so you can get, like, a really long hover or, like, a much shorter one, and you can sort of space them out to what's optimal for the geometry of the level.
But we don't get to see any of that yet because it's a jet ski level again.
Any more donations? I completely misread that. But yeah, any more donations? Go right ahead. Yep.
Yeah, if you've got any, it's a great one.
I don't have anything at the moment, but just as a reminder to everyone on stream and here at PAX, we are AusSpeedruns, our group doing speedrun events to raise money for charity. For this event, we're raising money for Game On Cancer, a charity which funds early career cancer researchers who are working across all areas of cancer research. If you'd like to donate, you can go to donate.ausspeedruns.com, type !donate in the chat, or go to our in-person money jar on the stage, on the left of the stage at PAX. Thank you so much.
Really riveting gameplay that is occurring right now. A real thumb workout.
Sorry, we're just enjoying the music.
Yeah,
It's a good track.
enjoying the music and the...
Just turn the sound effects off just for this one.
Good idea. If anybody wants to go and find a way to like get out of bounds and then back in bounds where the crystal is, that'd be real nice. Yeah, I'm gonna try and win these. And then here, if I hug the wall, I can just not go off the ramp. Nice, saves a little time. I tried to get the extra life just for fun, but
You really
wave
needed that
cycle
one
was
up.
unfortunate. Yeah. Also, those waves are on a cycle, so you can like control them and know them, but sometimes if you just barely misread it, you can start having trouble, especially in the relics in 105 runs.
Yeah.
Right, so this is one of the hardest levels in the run. This is Tomb Raider. It's got this constant cycle of this water going up and down. Uh-oh, that's really bad.
Yeah, it's kind of important to not like get off cycle because you end up having to wait a long time. But yeah, this is the tornado spin. You just float over stuff.
So here.
Oh no!
I had a feeling that was going to happen, yeah. So I was about to say, okay, now that I got invincibility, the water will not be going up or down, but yes it is. Bounce off the scarab. Also, you can zigzag while doing death tornadoes and get even more distance and speed. That was weird. I didn't bounce off that box. That was really weird. I don't know if I like just timed a double jump to make it look like I didn't get a bounce.
Like a first.
Yeah. Not dusty. And I'm not getting any invincibilities anymore. Actually, yeah, no, that was maybe a bit too ambitious to go for the cycle there. Yeah, that was terrible, but oh well.
It's alright.
My fault for not practicing, so. So I'm not going to get any more invincibilities in this walkthrough because of that. Which is fine. Just makes it a little bit harder, and this level's going to be a bit slower because I'm going to have to wait for door cycles. So you can see if I like time when I start the slide, I can do these huge slides down these slopes. Nice little optimization. Wow. I'm surprised I got hit.
Sometimes you just get stuck in a tornado spin on the ground as well.
Yeah.
Not particularly fast.
You want to be more measured with your inputs to make sure that you're not going to have any problems. Slide over that gap. On NTSC, the slide is not as strong as on PAL, so if you watch the Crash 2 run at ASM or many other Australian speedrun events, you might have noticed a lot of like sliding over holes. It's not as prominent in this game. Mainly because of like just different level geometry, but also because it's played on NTSC, so you can't do it as often.
Yeah, it's a weird thing about the PS1 Crash games where there's just so many little version differences, and it ends up with like the 3 games ending up being optimal on different versions.
Yeah, so Crash 1 any % is optimal on NTSC. Crash 1 100% is optimal on Japanese. Crash 2 all categories optimal on PAL, and then Crash 3 all categories optimal on NTSC. So very interesting collection.
That said, they're all completely runnable on any version as well. So
Yeah.
if you wanted to get into them and didn't have the optimal version, it's not a huge problem at all.
So there's a stick. I just slide into this platform and then jump, and it skips me having to actually land on it. I just get snapped to it immediately. Okay. Not exactly the movement I wanted to do there, but I guess it works. Tried to space my NSJ there so that I could speed him out of the air. These levels, like these 2D sections are like just really tough from a like, there's so much crap piled into these, and there's another future level that you'll see where there's even more crap.
Yeah.
These are some of the hardest ones.
Have huge hitboxes.
Yeah, these hitbox guys, these UFO guys' hitboxes are really dumb. Like, they're super, super finicky. Okay, these are some of the hardest sections to do optimally. Unless you have invincibility, and then you can just sort of like blow through it.
Yeah, the steamroll through everything.
Luckily, there are invisible walls like on these, except where the pits are, so you don't have to worry about just flying off a zigzag. Right, so now for another new level type, plane levels, because we're just
We didn't
having
have
so
enough,
much
yeah.
more fun with things that aren't platforming.
So yeah, this one's very simple. You just need to destroy all the blimps. There's not really any chance of dying. Like you're not going to get these planes do fly around and shoot you, but they're not very dangerous. The second plane level is much worse. It's much harder.
In this level, it's like almost impossible to die, but
Kind of introduces you to the way the plane levels work, so that mad bombers can actually be attacked.
wow, I took a lot of damage. That's really rare to ever go below like 70%. Okay, that was weird. AusSpeedruns first. 38% health left on
Imagine a death in 5-5
I know.
marathon.
Look, it'd be beautiful. I love it.
Yeah.
Alright, so here's Engine coming up. This is another place that I have a safety save for. Because sometimes when I deal the last hit to this guy, the game will just crash. I guess there's too much happening.
Again, very rare, but it's happened enough times to be worth worrying about. Also the loudest boss fight ever.
Yeah. Loud clanking sound effects.
So you want to destroy these arms before they start shooting you. And then, yeah, just hit his weak points when they come up.
So it's a bit random, like this pattern, but you can generally make do with it. So here I'm going to try and get it. You can blow up both things on the side in one go. Oh, it's like one shot off, yeah. Sometimes you can get really close to dying in this boss fight just because of like how many missiles he fires at you in this phase. It's not a lot of crap. Okay, no crash. Yet.
And then it gives you the bazooka, which I guess will probably not be used in this category. Yeah.
You know, I guess I could show it off in Flaming Passion, but yeah.
It gets a little bit of use in 105, but only a couple times.
Yeah.
Just like to shoot Wampa Fruit and stuff to destroy it.
Yeah, so the main usage being that actually Flaming Passion, the gimmick in the bonus round is that the gimmick in the level in general is that they're level 25. That's where I want to go. I was talking about Flaming Passion, so I was like, oh. But the gimmick is that it doesn't have a nitro detonator, so you have to use the bazooka to blow it all up. But there's actually something else in this game is that so they kind of concurrently developed Crash 2 and Crash 3. So there's interesting things that are patched in one of the games that aren't in the other games, or changes. So obviously the big one for speedrunning is the movement tech. It's because of the way momentum works. In this game, the jump momentum is different, so that's why NSJs work. If you try to do NSJs in Crash 2, you'll just stand in place. But conversely, if you try to do, also this is intentional damage to keep the door open. If you try to do neutral slide spin in this game, you just won't go anywhere. But another thing is that in Crash 2, nitros reach their maximum hitbox radius immediately, just instantly. But in this game, they're like TNTs, where they have expanding hitboxes. So in this game, you can actually bounce off TNTs, and that's nitros, yeah. And that's very useful for one Super Boom fan, who I believe just got the Crash 2 100% record. So congrats to him. Because he plays on a modded controller that's like a SNES case or something, and it doesn't have the buttons you need to activate the bazooka. So in Flaming Passion, he just had these hilarious strats where he'd bounce off the nitros. So yeah, Bug Light is done first because you get that stack of 3. And then we go to Gone Tomorrow, so my favorite level in the game. And that's because this one has an invincibility. So here's like a really weird like control lock. Look up these real close. Flaming Passion doesn't have an invincibility. It's probably like the hardest level, or like the scariest level in the run because it's right at the end. And so like easy. But this level's also pretty different. Yeah. There's a lot of like nasty spacing on jumps, and also this 2D section has a lot of crap. Get a spin out there, but worked out fine, I guess. It's a nice just green texture there, hanging out on the side.
Yeah, the backgrounds in these space levels are actually awesome.
Also, with these bots, you're supposed to dodge the rockets, and then they'll flip over and have a target on them, so you shoot them with the bazooka, but nope.
You can just go around them.
Go around.
Yeah.
So, Flaming Passion. This is actually really short level, but also I messed up my timing there, so I didn't get out of the control level. But it's a very dense level, and definitely one of the most challenging platforming levels in the run. Oh, okay, so that's something very cool. Basically an extended slide, so I pretty much immediately entered the animation where like Crash will sort of just like crouch even more. I thought I bounced off the box there, I was like, what? But basically Crash gets stuck in the sliding animation and you can't jump out of it, and it's pretty irritating when it happens.
Yeah, because normally you can slide pretty far off the ledge, like, and like jump when you're like way off the edge if you're still sliding. But yeah, extended slides just kind of kill that.
I'm just like not timing my inputs correctly at all on this one. Okay, whatever. So that enemy is in the bad cycle, so I'll show it off. Here you go. Here's the bazooka. Woohoo.
Yeah, the reason it's not that useful, I mean, just the like destroying stuff is not that useful in general in this category, but also you have to stand still to use it. So if you're bazookaing, you're not moving, so slow.
Also, you can get embedded right at the end there, which is basically, embedding is when you get stuck in between two planes of collision because sometimes they're not properly connected.
Yeah, and then you're just stuck and have to exit the level.
Yeah, all you can do is quit the level. There's no way out. So here's Mad Bombers. This one is a lot different to Bye Bye Blimps. Your targets are moving, and also the enemies are very angry.
Yeah, you take a lot more damage here. There are health crates scattered around which help a bit, but it's a lot easier to die in this.
So I want to be careful not to bump into these players. They'll slow you down a bit. So you might notice that I'm like spinning sometimes. That helps me dodge. Also, if you press X, you slow down the plane. Somehow this plane has braking. I don't know. Yeah. So that's kind of useful here to position yourself sometimes. Also, these hitboxes are dire. Sometimes sometimes you're just shooting straight into it and it's like, doesn't matter too much because this one cycles a bit rapid. As long as I can like that's far. So once you see this is awful by the way, I should have destroyed this plane, but once you see the plane actually like render in with its textures fully, that's when you can actually get it. Yeah, so I just finished Mad Bombers with 20% more health than I finished Bye Bye Books. I don't know, special things are going down here today. It's the white PS2,
Oh, yeah.
it's inverted mode.
Is this last level?
Yep,
Yeah.
just one more motorbike level and then the Cortex fight. So lots and lots of fun stuff here. So this is Orange Asphalt, visually really cool. And honestly, it probably is my favorite motorbike level. It is a little easier than Road Crash.
Yeah, it's weird how they did that. Like, Road Crash is, like, earlier in the game, but it's considerably harder than this one.
Here again, I'm going to try and maintain the wheelie for as long as I can. Just about here, and then this turn is just too sharp to make the wheelie. It's okay, because there's another boost pad. If I can line myself up properly, it's not too difficult. No, go to the edge here, you can just go straight over the bits.
Yeah, you're going fast enough that you don't actually fall down the hole.
Also, yeah, sometimes you can sort of just flip ramps there and not really suffer for it. So, very weird collision going on in these vehicle levels. Here, hopefully I can find the patented G-spot, as named by Mr. Nojo Jojo, Pete the player. Shoutouts to a real legend. So yeah, I could just go all over there instead of going over the ramps, and that's like 2 seconds or something saved. And there we go, that was all 25 levels of the main campaign, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, there are some extra, like, secret levels that you would only see in a 105 run, but...
Here comes Cortex.
Yeah. I reckon this is actually a pretty good boss fight, as far as...
Yeah, yeah, in terms of Crash game boss fights, he's probably the best one. You know, I let the cutscene play so you can hear him just be mad, Crash, foiling his beautiful and completely infallible plans.
So there's 2 fights going on here at once. You're fighting Cortex while Uka and Aku are fighting each other, and so you have to avoid them, because if you run into their attacks, you also die.
Yeah, those lasers are for real. They will hurt. Even arms. Cortex's hitbox is a little bit dinky, so almost missed him there. Also, the jet board there is actually solid, so you can go. So the masks sort of change the way they fight in each phase. So this is a set pattern that they go left and right. Just doing a figure 8 on it. So these mines that Cortex there is not worth it. There's many a time that people have been sniped out of the air trying to get to Cortex.
Time pretty soon, by the way.
Yeah, this is the last hit here, so... Time will be when I skip the text box on the power-up.
Yeah, you get the running shoes for beating Cortex, which it sounds like it would be really nice in a speedrun, except it's not actually really any faster than NFKing most of the time.
Yeah. It was a very short period of time where in 105 we used to get the running shoes like beat Cortex, but it's just not faster. And time.
Good stuff.
Because you have to watch the ending of the cutscenes, although you can credit skip.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Crash 3. Sorry that I kind of bungled my way through it, but
good.
Yeah,
Maybe I
really
should
cool to
retire
finally do an
to a
in-person
nice
run.
big beach
Very cool to
with
show
a
off Crash
nice
after
big
running for so long.
beach
Very cool to have
and a
Dak here by my side.
nice
Known this guy since
big
2014,
bags of ice
2013.
for my
So
head.
yeah, it's and thanks to AusSpeedruns for having me. I'm very grateful for it. Look forward to more great runs.
Yeah. Yeah, who's up next? Is it JRP?
Give us all your money.
Thank you so much, Rab, for that excellent run. Up next, we do have Metroid Zero Mission 9% Normal by JRP coming up next. We do also have $50 from Lazuli that says, keep up the great work. Thank you so much. And as a reminder, all donations up to $5,000 since when it started will be matched by Bear with a Shotgun over on our Tiltify. So any online donations for the next $4,265 will be doubled and matched by their generous matching. Thank you so much. Alrighty, that is my time as your host for the second time today. Stick around for some excellent runs. It's going to be a good showcase. Thank you all so much.
All right, and we are ready to get underway with our next run, which will be Metroid Zero Mission 9% Normal by JRP. And if the runner is